Alrighty, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest Rando. Randomizer was developed about 2 years ago by Castlevania 2 speedrunner Blood, Sweat, and Code. So I'm going to be joined here for commentary by Burb. I'm feeling a little bit sick right now, so Burb's going to help out in that regards. Do you want to tell everyone
so
what...
I'll help out with commentary here. I'll try my best. I haven't played this CV2 randomizer in a while now. It's been months, but I think I'm still pretty good figuring things out.
Alright, so do you want to tell us what is randomized in this particular randomizer?
So we have a lot of well, that will depend on the flags that you choose. We have a lot of options. So this is standard. So we have items are randomized, and that's not just what's inside of like this door here in town. It can be items that are normally in mansions. Enemies are randomized and balanced at that. We had another randomizer years ago that was really unbalanced when it came to the enemies that are randomized. So this is much better, and pretty much anyone can play it. You know, there's also options like a door randomizer and stuff like that, so you can find like a mansion in the starting town, and yeah. We have a lot of options. We also have some quality of life improvements, so every enemy will drop a heart. At that, it is also double in value compared to the vanilla game. So we have the small hearts that are usually worth only 2. I don't know how that makes sense, because you only picked up 1, but normally it's worth 2, but here it's worth 4. And half hearts are worth 8, and the big hearts are worth 12. So we should not have to worry about money as well. When you game over in the original game, you would lose all of your hearts, but now we only lose half, so the game over isn't the end of the world when it comes to your money in this game. So we have Freeland now is going across the bridge here. It's going to the right first, so you have an option at the start. You can go right or left. He decided to warp, so that's another thing. You can select and press up A, and you will return back to the starting town. That's also a really nice feature that we have in this randomizer here, so you can quick travel back to the start town if you want to go somewhere a lot faster. So that's nice. He's gonna take the time here now that it's night to grind enemies. So normally you can only buy items during the daytime, but that is another thing that we fixed in the randomizer, so that's another nice quality of life improvement, that you can actually enter the door during the night and buy stuff. It's not closed, it's always open. Kind of side effect of that is that the townspeople will also be awake 24 hours a day, so if you're in a town that has a lot of NPCs, you're gonna have to deal with them as you're grinding, and it's gonna be actually kind of like a challenge to avoid talking to them as you're grinding enemies in some cases. So yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, mostly good things that we have added in this randomizer for quality of life improvement. So really neat to see. So looks like Freeland is done grinding for now. He's gonna go down the stairs. And I actually missed what item this was when he was originally here. So that's a silk bag that allows him to carry more laurels and garlic. So laurels will make you invincible, not take any damage for like 10 seconds. So that will allow you to cross like a dangerous area or something like that. So that's neat. You'll need to get some laurels. You got oak steak as well. So you still need that in the mansions in order to get the item in the orb. You don't know what's in the orb. It could be good, it could be bad, it could be another oak steak. So yeah, all the items are randomized, as well as the prices. I didn't talk about that. The prices of the items go down or up from their original value randomly in between. I don't know if it's 25% or what it is. I forget the exact number, but yeah, prices are random. You can have some very expensive items, you can have some cheap items.
Alright, so the 3 items we ended up getting are the white crystal, oak steak, and silk bag. So that actually opens up all of Berkeley Mansion if we wanted to go that way, but we're actually going to go a different route.
Yeah, go on.
Unless we have a miserable boat ride, and I'm forced to go that way.
Yeah. So we have a boat ride to the left, and there is a setting if you're not comfortable with called Lazy River when you generate the seed, and that will make it like in vanilla. But so during the boat ride, like any enemy, just like anywhere, it's randomized, and that can be really bad and really hard to get through, especially if you're new to the game. So we'll see where we get. When we get there, you can get some really bad patterns that make it really hard to get through. I think that's a really fun challenge, trying to find the optimal or sometimes the only way that you can damage boost in order to get through to the other side of the boat. So we're heading our way over there now. We also have a swamp here that can be a bit of an issue sometimes. I assume you gotta level up. I didn't check, but I assume you did. But yeah, otherwise, if you're at
it's pretty
0,
common.
this can also be
pretty common to hit level 1 during that initial grind.
Yeah.
Buy all the stuff in the starting town, Joba.
Hey, here comes the boat ride. Let's see what we got here.
Alright. This is first screen.
Oh, we got the hand boat. Made out of hands. That's a visual glitch.
Where I blame you for that.
I can like. Was that blobs?
Yep.
It's pretty rare to get blobs in the boat. Don't see that too often. I guess they do kill themselves, but still, if you get that right there at the start of the screen, it can be annoying.
Alright, so what our free check is, get the dagger.
Ooh, that's nice. So yeah, we have some checks in the game that are free. They don't require you to pay anything. So this is one that you try to check pretty early on, since it's literally free. You just need to get through the boat ride.
You can see the dagger does 2 hit points of damage, whereas my starting whip does 1.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that too. So we have progressive whip upgrades in this game, as well as crystals. So you have the white, blue, and the red crystal. And so right now he's on letter whip, and the dagger will do double damage from his current whip. So he will probably try to use dagger as much as he can. It's also free to use. It doesn't cost hearts to use, just like the holy water. Try just mashing it when you enter the screen. Should hit the first one. So yeah, that screen normally has blobs on it, and they don't have a lot of health, which is kind of nice because they kind of keep the same HP as the original enemy of that screen, even though they're harder enemies that might not appear normally until late game. So that screen in particular, like Freeland said, is very good for grinding. Usually you'll only take a dagger throw to kill the enemies there, so you can get some fast hearts.
Alrighty, I'm gonna farm 10 more hearts to get another set of laurels. We're gonna prep for a massive sequence break. If it's there. So while the description is standard glitchless difficulty, this is not a glitch-free speedrun. It's just the logic
that's just referring to the logic that the randomizer expects, so you can still perform glitches, it just doesn't consider it. While if you're doing actual glitch logic, then it will expect you to do glitches in order to get to certain places. So items can be locked behind having to do a blood boost, for example.
Maybe farming the level 2 might be the play here.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna do the boost, then level 2 is definitely good.
This will be boosting into a late game area. It would normally require you to have red crystal, either the nail or holy water, and laurels to get to.
Yeah, we are not actually even sure if he can do the boost, because that will depend on the enemy set that he gets there. So some enemies you cannot boost on. You can boost on a lot of enemies over this edge, or over this ledge that you're supposed to boost over, but some enemies just don't work. But a lot of them do. And most of them, if not all of them, that are possible to boost with are easier than what we have in the vanilla game.
Pretty much anything that jumps is, or flies will work.
Yes, you have bats, eyeballs, jumping wolves. Yeah, there's a lot that can work. Couldn't catch your experience there. How much more do you need? Okay, we're almost there.
So one of the nice things about hitting level 2 is you get more maximum health. And also you're taking a lot less damage versus level 0. I think it's 50% versus level 0.
Yeah, a lot of people think that the level is just your HP, but yeah, it does add a lot of defense as well. Only every second level up will increase your health bar, but all of them will increase your defense.
Yeah, most seeds I'll probably finish around level 3. Unless it's a really fast seed, impossible level 2. Definitely want to hit level 2 in a randomizer seed because trying to play the end game at level 1 is not fun.
Yeah. Especially when you get to like Laruba and stuff, it's gonna be a real bad time.
I should have my dagger still equipped.
So this game is famous for having a bad translation, and one of the famous lines is that you should go see a graveyard duck. The randomizer made that happen. So we have a sprite in the game at the graveyard, and it's a graveyard duck, and it gives you an item. So that's where we're going next.
There we go. Way too many enemies to make that clean.
Be nice if we could see a whip upgrade soon here. Because later whip, where you're going is pretty bad. Luckily you do have the dagger.
Plus laurels.
Yeah.
Alright, we got a Medusa head, so we can go over. Wall.
Got some lag here, dude. So many enemies.
We're gonna have to get those Medusa heads back on screen. Fortunately, it's daytime.
Alright, so it's gonna use the Medusa to hopefully boost.
It should be relatively painless.
Yeah, it should only take like 2 attempts or so.
Alright, we're over.
There we go.
We got 4 checks in this mansion to do since I do have the oak stake.
So boosting over that ledge counts as a wrong warp. It will take you to an entirely unconnected place of the map. It's not supposed to happen. I don't know if you caught it, but you don't actually walk into the next screen normally. You fall from the air. You just spawn in midair. At a location there.
Are we on 5 or 6 tests at this point? Well, we'll find out. Okay, we're 5. I just need to make it to the vendor before I die again.
So this is what we would consider graveyard enemies. So you have different enemy sets for different locations in the game. So we've got graveyard enemies here, which are the most dangerous.
They also have the biggest. They also have the biggest heart drops.
Yeah, and also the biggest hitbox. Can be really hard to jump over some of them.
Alright, this screen's a little bit more tame. We may use a laurel here. Because we got spiders and spear knights on stairs. Use another one. I don't want to deal with an edge guarding spear knight. Alright.
Or something to grab on your way out.
Possibly.
On your last life though, so I'm not sure, but if you have over 200 hearts, you should get the glitch, so...
So just to illustrate
we're
point,
gonna top up on garlic.
We're gonna do a thing. There it is. Got the long jump off the horizontally moving platforms.
Yeah, so that will happen if you're holding right in the same direction the moving platform goes, and then let go of right and press jump on the very next frame. So it's a frame perfect thing, and you get like super speed as you jump from it. Interestingly enough, kind of the same tech exists in TMNT on NES, which is also a Konami game.
Alright, so we got a whip upgrade, we got the Thorn Whip, so it's going to take 120 hits to kill Carmilla.
Yeah.
So we may be here for a while.
Yeah, luckily you did get that whip upgrade, but yeah, Carmilla with later or Thorn Whip is never fun. So, unfortunately this is one of those, like the only, actually, boss that you can only use the whip. And the golden knife on no other sub-weapons will work, so you have to whip, you have to depend on your whip, pretty much. And since they are progressive in this, you might want to save this mansion for a later time.
Unless you're insane, like I
struggle
am.
with this boss.
I think with a chain whip or higher, you can get as many as 12 hits on Carmilla per cycle.
But if you do get the 12th hit, it's really difficult and sometimes impossible to get back to the starting point in time for the next cycle.
Carmilla will at least spin twice. That's the window of opportunity to do damage. Gotta be careful. If I run into her, I'm dead, and then we gotta start this whole fight over.
Yeah, you were pretty close there.
Alright. There's holy water.
Okay, now we're talking. So, a lot of rooms are protected by holy water blocks. So holy water and the nail can break blocks if they are breakable. So this opens up a lot, having the holy water. That will be able to break open anything, so now we can check a lot of things. Yeah, so good decision, warping back to Jova and going right.
Yeah, the big reason for warping immediately is because there's an oak stick there.
Yeah. So Thorn Whip definitely makes life a lot easier here. Now enemies die in one hit here.
Yeah, one hit in daytime. Nighttime might take 2. Alright, given the current certain situation, I think we're gonna go to Berkeley Mansion before we go to Barrows. And you'll see why I skipped that mansion, even though it was in logic from the get-go.
We have the mansion here on the next screen. So there are 2 checks inside, and he just jumped on air. Never mind what just happened there. That's a thing. Yeah, no, actually, there's a hidden platform there. If you equip the white crystal, you can see it. It's still there. If you don't have it, you just can't see it. So yeah, that's just a thing.
Yeah, from a logic standpoint, you need the white crystal to actually be able to traverse through this mansion. Although, like exhibit right there, you don't need the hitbox of the elevator platform still exists, even if you can't see it.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with that being in glitch logic and not standard, because it's not a glitch.
It's just lazy
like
programming.
A visual thing. So we also have clues that will give us clues about the seed. So that's why he's heading over here, even though there's not anything else here. We do have a clue book in the wall here. So garlic needed to get the heart. He already checked one of the garlic spots, so he knows exactly where that heart is now.
I was gonna say,
only 2.
I did not check the graveyard duck because I didn't have a garlic at the time.
Oh, I thought you did.
Yeah, I just went over the wall.
Oh. Okay. Well.
Curious to find out where the other garlic location is, since one of them was the Laurel guy in Maruba. Got the mark. Right.
You're gonna check the clue here as well. I assume you will.
It's not that far out of the way from the merchant either.
Yeah. But it will. Of course, you can't do like the floor drop through it if you check it. Yeah.
So I don't have to check that.
So that was a clue about the silver now, which we don't care about because it's awful.
Basically, you would need at least 1 whip upgrade to be able to use it, for 1. And 2, it's... While it does go across the screen, it only does half your whip damage.
The fact that it goes across the screen is more like a bad thing, to be honest with how little damage it does. And there's another useless clue about the diamond, which is even worse. That is by far the worst item in the game.
Diamond does have its uses. If you don't have holy water, you can strike something below you with it. Alright, we got a mummy stair guarding. I'm going to kill it. What we got? More laurels. Alright, so after Berkeley Mansion, we're just gonna go out the normal way and we're gonna head to the town below. Like 2 open checks and a clue. Down there. Hopefully we find the blue crystal on this run through, because then we can full clear this entire area, side of the map, with it. And hopefully an oak stick in the area as well.
Yeah, a crystal would be nice as well. Nice jump there.
Yeah, the combination of the time, fortunately, I don't have to worry about getting hit because the whip strike is going to be a one-hit kill for anything in my way. I don't think that's a pixel perfect trick. It's a pretty small window, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's convenient.
Okay. So you can't check anything in this town if you don't have either holy water or the nail. So that's the other reason why I start going left at the beginning of the game. A lot of things going right will require either holy water or nail.
Yeah, this upcoming check is definitely holy water blocked.
Yeah. The nail will allow you to hit blocks in front of you, but you need holy water if they're below you.
Yeah, so that clue says Death guards a crystal. So we gotta kill Death in order to pick up one of the 3 crystal upgrades. We're hoping that's the last one.
Yeah.
After we full clear the right side, that's exactly who we're dealing with next.
Are you gonna do the jump and go to the flame whip screen to get that item?
What jump?
The graveyard jump.
I don't think there's a reason to do that jump.
Yeah, just if you wanted to check the items in Doina and stuff. If you don't find a crystal to go. Otherwise, yeah, you'll have to go to Brahms.
Fortunately, the flame whip isn't spot. That used to have was naughty. We gotta break blocks. Don't get to drop in the fun way. More garlic. Alright, so the golden knife is at the bronze merchant, where we normally get an oak steak. Instead, it's something else. Alright, so we're now in Algebra. There are 2 items to pick, 2 merchant items, as well as 1 free item. Oh, there's our diamond.
Yeah, and then you have the garlic item as well.
Yeah, but we already know what that is. We're gonna go through here.
Yeah, this is just for a clue.
Right,
Rib in Doina. Rib is useful because you can reflect fireballs with it. Even if you hit your foot somehow. But it's kind of far out of the way from where we are right now.
It's pretty much a pickup at the end of the game type of situation.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so that was the heart.
So now it's 2 of 5 track parts. We also need Red Crystal and Magic Cross to beat the game. We're gonna see what this guy has. Cheap laurels, we'll buy them. Fill up all the way to 8. There are certain screens at the end of the game that I'd like to have these laurels for, and that's why I'm buying them.
Alright, one more check to do in this town, and if it is a crystal, it could go to a mansion.
There it is.
Yeah.
Blue crystal guy is vanilla. So now we can go to Berkeley. I mean, sorry, Rover. And clear those checks out. Let's bring this 4-drop. But the enemies are gonna be a pain in the butt.
I think you need to jump once before a drop. Oh, it worked.
That 4-drop's trickier to set up than Rando versus the original game.
So the blue crystal or better is needed in order to get through this next screen. We'll need to equip the blue crystal, crouch and wait 5 seconds, and let's go scroll and reveal mansion.
This mansion has 2 items, 2 clues. And since we have Holy Water, we can do some fun stuff. So, do you want to explain how the purple block thing works? As we're setting that up.
I don't even know if I know how it works. But basically, you let it push you, and that prevents the screen from scrolling, and that drops you, or could drop you, on a pixel outside of the screen boundaries, and you'll basically wrap around and trigger a wrong warp to like the next screen in order, which doesn't exist, and then it puts you in a mansion that doesn't exist, and then you trigger the next screen transition, and it puts you back in the same mansion in a different spot. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, basically we're manipulating the game's pixel. The X pixel in order to force a screen transition. Right. So now that should get us Chain Whip. We know there's another whip upgrade in Bronze. This is where we're headed next. Alright, so we're gonna grab this clue first. And we already know about that one. Got 4 laurels. Now we're gonna warp.
I assume we're heading to the church.
Yep.
And also picking up another oak stick.
And because we know what's in the orb, worth having. Just to make the end of the game a little bit easier.
Yeah, and I cannot even express how nice it is to have an oak stake in Jova. I mean, I've had seats where I had to walk a long way to get an oak stake. Sometimes, like, going across the entire map before I even find my first one.
Yeah, I've had seeds where I couldn't find an oak stick in the first 35 minutes.
Yeah, same.
And now with the Chain Whip, we can do a pretty significant amount of damage to enemies in this area. I'm gonna equip the heart.
Yep, so equipping the heart here will take him to a different place than the first time he went across here. So this will allow him to get to Promised Mansion. So we can also go left first. Recommended actually to go left first before we go in the mansion. There's another check. And then inside the mansion we have some clues and free checks for the merchant, but we already got a clue about what a merchant has.
Yeah, the merchant has gold knife. You know that.
Yeah,
Death
and then
guards
Death
crystal.
has the crystal. And there's the orb. I don't think we got a clue about the orb, did we?
And the orbs should be a whip upgrade.
Oh yeah. So this is another free check. Magic cross, nice. Nice find.
Now the only thing that isn't accounted for are the eyeball and ring.
Yeah. You didn't check blue and cross on the tracker, by the way.
Yeah. We'll get through this screen first. The key to doing this screen is to not stop moving. Blocks are lined up in a rhythm for you to keep going in one shot.
Yeah, a lot of people try to take their time, and that's just gonna make it not work. You wanna jump off of those blocks when they are moving up. If you jump when they're moving down, you're gonna have
shorter jump.
Yeah, a lower jump. That's gonna make it hard to make it to the next platform.
See if we can hit level 3 before hitting a game over. Well, I'm certainly going to try. Should be about 15 experience away, so that's 5 kills.
Doing this climb, this is like entirely vertical, this entire mansion pretty much, so doing this with a leather whip and a low level and no sub weapons is really rough, especially if you have graveyard enemies. Because they like to make the enemies spawn right by the stairs, so...
And not only do you spawn, if you grab their hearts, they will actually respawn on top of you.
Yeah, so strategy is to kill them and then try to actively avoid picking up their hearts, which is sometimes hard.
Alright, so we know one of the vendors in Alba is going to be an oak stick. Although we don't need to check. Grab it because we'll be grabbing it. Another oak stake. After we warp out of here.
Yeah.
Gonna set up a 4-drop and a wrong warp to death. We got it.
Yeah, that saves a good 15 seconds over not getting the wrong warp jump. Saves even more if you consider the room to the left of there, which you normally have to go all the way down from the stairs.
We're gonna go grab another oak stake. We only need one more. Only one more to cover the bodily area. There's just two important items that aren't accounted for. Like I said, the eyeball and the ring are two big ones. Let's demonstrate how useful laurels are for clearing swamps.
Yeah, that's pretty much their intended usage. So he still had a heart equipped, but that's fine because he jumped on the boat. And that makes it not work.
Yeah, if I equip something else and then I do a jump on the boat on the Jova side of the river, it actually corrects the destination.
Which is kind of weird, it's the jump that triggers it.
That was some weird thing I found out in the vanilla game, and then it translated obviously to Rando. Alright, there's the oak stick.
The oak stick room.
So unfortunately that means I'm gonna have to detour to the top level and get a potential item here. I would have preferred that the oak stick be up at the top.
Yeah.
This will take about 50 seconds to get up there and down.
Yeah, and then the room itself is kind of big too. It's a two-roomer.
Even bigger when you don't land the floor drop.
Well, maybe the clue was talking about this oak stick.
Alba, the oak stick capital of the world. We're gonna set up another floor drop here. This neutral jump does. Wait a little bit and let the screen catch up to a long drop, otherwise the game will kill you.
Yeah, if you trigger a screen transition while the camera is still scrolling vertically, you're gonna end up under the next screen and just fall into a pit of nothing.
Alright. Show off the graveyard duck.
You.
Alright, we're gonna brute force this floor drop.
Have we gotten a clue about this garlic check?
No, I think it was the other one.
Yeah, because I know we got a clue about the heart on the other one, but I don't think we know what this one is.
And the clue for this one would say graveyard duck has.
Yeah, that's true. So here's the graveyard duck, everybody. We had a ring, then that's nice. And we know where the rib is. So all we need to find is the eyeball.
So yeah, we only have 4 checks we have to do. Ondel, lower door in Ondel, then followed by 2 checks in Bodley Mansion. Ooh, what jump here? The 2 items in Bodley, as well as we're not counting going because we know it's there.
Ring and golden knife isn't checked on the tracker.
Fortunate level 3, these graveyard enemies are barely doing any damage.
Yeah. Level 3 is a big defense upgrade.
I think it's at level 3 that each level up cuts the amount of damage you take in half. Alright, looks like we're guaranteed to enter Bodley. Now, $1 million question, is it the orb or is it the vendor? 50-50 guess. Maybe this next upcoming clue will tell us.
What was the other vendor in Ondel?
Yeah, that was Laurel's. Yeah, they could have talked about either door since they both had Laurel's. Alright, we're going into Bodley. We have a 50-50 chance on one of the two items. One of the two item checks here having...
So we had an Oak Stick Town and a Laurel Town.
Yep, the other check in here is going to be the Flame Whip upgrade. So if the vendor has Flame Whip, we could actually see a Flame Whip run. I'm not going to deal with Steve. And this mansion's full of fake floors, fake walls, fake whatever. Platforming. So do you want to explain the special feature of Bodley Mansion to Rando?
Yeah, so we have a lot of enemies here to his left, and they will all die in one hit. The vanilla game doesn't have enemies there. They have some kind of rocks that serves no use. But they are sprites, and they can be randomized into enemies. And yeah, the rocks don't really have much HP in the vanilla game, so yeah, it's basically free hearts, free EXP.
Alright, we're gonna set up a fun trick.
Of course, they can still attack you, but
we're gonna set up a fun trick.
You'll kill them fast.
Didn't get it.
It's unfortunate. It would be nice to show off.
Yeah, that would have been, we'll say 30 seconds if I got it. But it's basically a floor drop, and then you do a forward jump, which causes Simon to wrap around. And that forward momentum takes you right to the vendor. Because if you go through the bottom of the screen, while it's scrolling, it'll actually wrap you to the top. Orb is our eyeball with the Flame Whip. I think we were able to cover all 27 spots were accounted for all items.
So this should be our final destination. Ooh, that almost went too low.
That would have been devastating because then I would have had the warp. Back to pick up another oak stick and then get the whole song and dance again to get here.
Yeah.
So this run should be about a 52.
I was going to Doina to pick up the final the rib, final item to get into Dracula's castle.
So I think the only item we ended up not checking in to see was the Flame Whip location, but we already knew what it was. Let's have some fun with the gold knife.
Yeah, so the golden knife scales off of your current whip, so if he has the flame whip, it will destroy everything.
Flame Whip does 3 times your whip damage when it lands. Sorry, golden knife. With the Flame Whip, that's 45 damage. Most durable enemy in this game has 30 HP. The most durable common enemy has 30 HP. For reference. Although with the health randomizer, they could have as much as 45.
You've got to pick up the rib.
Oh yeah, you're right. Let me get this double floor. Never mind. Last time I did a double floor drop here, I ended up clipping through the floor.
So haven't really needed to grind anything since the very start of the siege, so that's...
Well, since we hit level 2.
A lot of that is thanks to the quality of life changes, like always dropping hearts, double value, and keeping hearts, or half of them at least, after a game over. But I don't even think you...
Listen, I think double hearts...
Have you had a game over?
I think I've had 3. find out the number of deaths.
Yeah, so we have some stats afterwards, so we can check deaths and kills and stuff.
Jeff still have laurels.
Final stretch here before the end. And I think he has a lot of laurels because we've been seeing laurels all over the place, so you can put them to use here.
Yeah, I filled up all the way. Filled that up all the way to 8.
Yeah, I think you have 3 left.
Probably only need to use at least 1 more if I wanted to get through the next screen without any trouble.
So if it does not have everything, all of the items, all of the crystals, the magic crosses, those 2 blocks there cannot be broken. That is the only thing standing in your way.
We're gonna enter Dracula's castle. Hopefully get all the biggest floor drop of them all.
Yeah, you're pretty good at it, so we'll see.
No, that was a 1-framer. There we go. We can get it. Nope, only a single. So the order of speed obviously is quad, double, triple, single, I think. For speed of the floor drop there.
I think it's quad, double, single, triple.
Might be right on that one because the triple requires you to to go up a long staircase, I believe.
Yeah, you have to go back and then up.
Alright, so remember when we picked up the dagger way back in the beginning game, we're going to show you how useful it is here.
We're gonna position himself on a specific pixel. There's 2 pixels that work. Then he's gonna jump, and then he's gonna do a throw at the peak of that jump, and that will crit Dracula. And you do that twice and he's done.
2 pixel window, I got the 29 pixel instead of the 30. But you could check to see what pixel it is in the practice ROM.
So 51 minutes, 51, 55, that's a pretty good time. Good run there. That's, yeah, almost under 50 minutes for, you know, a marathon event. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Fortunately, this scene wasn't trolling. And the decision to go out of logic to grab the holy water ended up probably making the sea go a lot faster.
Yeah, and of course having the oak sticks available so easily also helps out.
Although I'm not sure what would have happened if Blue Crystal Guy didn't have Blue Crystal there. That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we might have ended up skipping that mansion if that was the case.
Probably.
So here's
you might.
Here's the special ending that's exclusive to the randomizer.
Then we have the stats. So what do we have? 9 deaths, 390 kills, 1,606 hearts picked up.
Yeah, I was gonna say good run for me is under 10 deaths in this one. Thanks everyone for watching. If you're interested in playing the CV2 Rando, we do have a special Discord for that.
Yeah, we also have a link. I'll put it in chat for the website of the randomizer, so you can check it out for yourself, generate the seed, and join our Discord and start playing.
Fortunately, this game has more patches. We just did the standard randomization flags on this one. They can add to make this a lot easier.